Hey, we're World Entertainment, and you can see the headline right there. Supergirl gets shorter as Superman gets bigger in latest cut. They've cut about 28 minutes out of the movie apparently. And that's after like its 10th test screening. Now we know that they did test screenings, they went terribly. James Gunn was furious. James Gunn took the movie off Craig Gillespie, did his own cut, put it out, and it did worse than the Gillespie cut. And now we're being told that they've cut at least almost half an hour out of this movie. And after that news came out, this news happened as well. Supergirl box office projections cut again as the DCU film tracks below The Flash. This is going to be an unmitigated disaster. And the question is, what's James Gunn's future? Everything now is going towards Paramount because it's official. The DOJ has unanimously agreed and cleared the way for the merger to happen, which Hollywood is going batshit crazy over, especially like Mark Ruffalo and stuff. And yet, wait till you see them all scurry their way over when offers come in from Paramount and go, hey, do you want to be in this movie? You'll see them go, absolutely. But everything now is going to happen in a way that Paramount are going to be sitting there watching. It's not going to be what David Zaslav thinks and goes, yeah, we're happy with this outcome. Paramount, David Ellison is going to be sitting there and looking, going, okay, your Superman numbers weren't great. Your Supergirl movies just tanked. What's Clayface going to do? Clayface apparently was made for 40 million. Whether it was or wasn't, we'll find out. Because it was filmed in the UK, so we will see the actual budget for that. But it is on the lower end, so it does have the best chance of making some sort of money. But it's this one that you really have to be looking at and saying, like, if this really does this bad and they've pumped Superman into it, where do they go? Because that would clearly show that there's not even interest in Superman. And the next big DCU movie is Man of Tomorrow. Let's take a look at the article anyway that breaks this down. Then we'll take a look at that box office one. So, Supergirl is apparently getting shorter, but Superman may be getting bigger. A new report says the upcoming DCU Studios Supergirl movie has been cut down by roughly 25 minutes ahead of release, with the final runtime now listed as 1 hour and 47 minutes, including credits. Now that was 2 hours and 12 minutes, I believe. By the way, it says 25 minutes here, but we've heard and seen in other places saying 28 minutes. So either way, it's a lot of minutes. So the more interesting part is what was reportedly added along the way. Even more David Cornsweet as Clark Kent and Superman. Now, this is the interesting part actually that they're saying. They're not just saying Superman, they're saying Clark Kent and Superman. So that is one of these. Is she coming back to Earth? Like, or, of course, we know there is going to be like this flashback of her arriving on Earth and meeting Kal-El and stuff. Is she going to see him as Clark Kent as well? I don't know, because that's interesting that they say he's going to be there as both Clark Kent and Superman. So, while the movie itself has gotten leaner, Warner Brothers and DC appear to be leaning harder into the two biggest outside pieces attached to the film, Superman and, from what we have also been told, Jason Momoa's Lobo. Now remember, Lobo was only meant to be in about 10 minutes of this movie. He's meant to only have like 2 fight scenes. And if that's true, or if they've added more, if it's true, then you've seen all the fight scenes, because all of his fight scenes are in the trailers. So they may have added more to that. So World of Real reports that Supergirl has test screened more than 10 times, with 3 different endings shown to audiences. The latest screening reportedly took place in California last week and ran around 1 hour and 50 minutes. According to the report, an earlier January 2026 cut ran 2 hours and 5 minutes without credits. The official runtime is now said to be 1 hour and 47 minutes, including credits, which usually account for another 5 to 7 minutes. What movie have you sat there through the end credits and sat there for as little as 5 minutes? It's like an extra half bloody hour then credits. So put together, the report says roughly 25 minutes of footage has been removed from the movie in the last 5 months. We also know that the film has gone through 3 composers. I'm not going to even bother pronouncing all their names. And we know that, which is also really strange. Like, it's your composer. What kind of music are you actually looking for if you've gone through 3 of them? Like, that is bizarre. Especially when we know the majority of the music in this is just going to be your generic pop music that, you know, James Gunn loves to see. Like, the trailers are full of it. So, it's like, why are you going through all these composers? I can't wait for one of these composers to come out and flat out say, this is why I left or got fired from it. So World of Real says the latest California cut included additional Clark Kent and Superman scenes. That lines up with what I heard on WonderCon when insiders told me the film was being reworked to add more David Cornsweet as Superman, which that's been floating about for a while. But again, it's just interesting that they say additional Clark Kent and Superman. So Warner Brothers later backed that up when it quietly updated its official Supergirl production announcement to add Cornsweet to the credited cast, taking his involvement out of pure rumor territory and making clear Superman is part of the movie's overall studio push. And then it just goes on and on. So the runtime for this has gotten shorter. They've cut at least 25 minutes out of it. I've heard 28 minutes, but either way, it's a massive chunk out of this movie. This thing's starting to become more and more the Marvels than I think anybody is willing to admit. Because the Marvels, if you remember, had massive chunks taken out of it. They cut like 40 minutes or something out of that movie, and it ended up cutting the movie down to like an hour and a half or something. But the box office projections, because that is getting incredibly concerning that these keep getting rounded down, because they weren't great to start with, and if they keep getting cut. So the Supergirl box office projections are heading in the wrong direction with less than 2 weeks to release. Box Office Theory has cut its forecast for the DC Studios film by 9%, now estimating a US opening of 51 million when Supergirl hits theaters June 26th. For everything we know about the upcoming DC movie, check out blah 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 whatever. So it's kind of like, if you're saying 51, it's probably going to come in even below that. So a 51 million opening would land Supergirl below a string of DC titles that aren't the comparison Warner Brothers wants, including one of the studio's most notorious recent disappointments. So you can see here, Green Lantern opened to 53.1 million in 2011. It says roughly 78.7 million adjusted for inflation. I think that's wrong. That should be way higher than that, I think. Shazam opened to 53.5 million in 2019 to 69 adjusted for inflation. Again, that seems a bit short. The Flash had 55 and Black Adam had 67. Think of that. Black Adam had the bigger opening. Okay. So the Flash comparison is the one that stands out. Oh yeah, it is in there. The film is widely regarded as one of DC's biggest box office misfires and it's still opened higher than Supergirl's current projection. So yeah, like this number keeps getting rounded down because they were like talking about 50 or 65 mil, then it's been rounded down to 60 mil, and now it's gone all the way down to, where is it, 51 mil. Yeah, that's not great. All these movies this summer are a disaster, really. They are not opening to good numbers at all. It's really strange. Like, you have Masters of the Universe, it's dead in the water. It's finished. It's absolutely tanked at the box office. Even with good word of mouth, it's like people just don't care anymore. You have Supergirl tracking to open terribly. Disclosure Day is opening terribly. It's just like the interest seems to be gone. I think these studios have done themselves no favour by, number one, attacking the fans constantly, by pushing messages and agendas and all this garbage. And I think a lot of the others have just conditioned the audience too much into, I'll just wait till it's on streaming. They've done this to themselves. So when you start alienating fans and coming out and saying, we're pissing off the right people, well, your box office numbers are going to show you exactly who you pissed off. Because it's not the right people, it's the fan base. Let me know what you think about all of this, about the movie getting cut down and its new tracking. Do you think it'll come in above that 51 million domestic? Or do you think it'll come in way below it? Let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.